fortunately many verses in Holy Quran called muhkamat. This is the third type of verses of Holy Quran. What it says? Muhkamat. Muhkamat means the solid verses of Holy Quran, even they did not, or the verses, they don't need to any kind of explanation. Whatever Allah wants to say is clearly there. The statement is so clear, transparent. From muhkamat, yes, you can make your aqidah, make your belief, you can make your practical law, or any kind of other idea. You can take from them without even referring to the rasikhuna fil ilm. Okay? So one of the beautiful verses, the bunch of verses of muhkamat is called Suratul Ikhlas. Tonight's discussion is about Tawheed. Let me tell you a very beautiful statement, I can say. The Shia believes, they are proud to say this and state this, that whatever we believe is based on not mutashabihat, based on muhkamat. Whatever we believe, every single belief of a Shia person is based on the verses of muhkamat, starting from Tawheed till the Ma'ad, the belief in hereafter. Right? Tawheed. 1/3 of Holy Quran says about Tawheed, explains about Tawheed, talks about Tawheed. How much? 1/3 of Holy Quran. And all about Tawheed has described from the surah, very short surah called Suratul Ikhlas, and also this surah known as Suratul Tawheed. Okay? Because of this, the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam has said, again, can I request you to, when you recite salawat, do it properly and loudly? He said, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that if you read Suratul Ikhlas once, you get thawab of reading 1/3 of Holy Quran's recitation. 1 is equal to 1/3 of Holy Quran. If you read twice, 2/3 of Holy Quran's recitation, you get thawab of it. Reward of reciting 2/3 of Quran. If you recite 3 times, you get thawab of the whole Quran's recitation. Once upon a time, the Holy Prophet amongst his companions says, who is among you? Who is a person who does the complete Holy Quran's recitation every day? And if any of you, many companions, they said, no. We can't do the whole Quran in one night or one day. Salman, one of the very trustworthy personality of the companions, amongst the companions, he stood up and said, yes, I do this. Some of them, they laughed at him. He's just telling lies, because can't. No one can do the whole Quran. He said, why not? If you believe in the word of Holy Prophet, yes. If you don't believe in Holy Prophet, no. He has declared that if you read once, you get 1/3 of Quran's recitation sawab, and then twice, then 2/3, and if you recite 3 times a day, you get sawab of recitation of the whole Quran. So this is so important surah. You see, after Suratul Hamd, the best surah in the Holy Quran is Suratul Ikhlas. Okay. Let me tell you another very beautiful hadith. When the companion were gathered in the court of Holy Prophet addressed directly to Imam Ali. Said, companion used to listen to the Holy Prophet. Holy Prophet said that, "Oh Ali, your example is the example of Suratul Ikhlas. Whosoever loves you by heart gets 1/3 of Iman. 1/3 of Iman. And having love in his heart, if he shows by his words, express that he is loving you or she is loving you, he has 2/3 of Iman. And if someone comes to follow you in practice, get the whole Iman." So, it is completely up to us to have full Iman or partially Iman. If we just feel love in heart, of course we have some sort of Iman, but it is not completed. If you just praise Imam Ali and do some beautiful words and say something, praise, then we have 2/3 of it. But if you practice, if you follow Imam Ali, yes, then you get the complete Iman within your heart. Recite salawat, please. Right. We are not talking about the importance of this surah and the reward of this surah. Of course, I did just one hadith. We have a lot of hadiths that what are the rewards of recitation of the Surah Tawheed. But here, I want to talk about Tawheed itself. If you come to know that the Tawheed itself has 7 types. 7 types of Tawheed. Tawheed means oneness of Allah, the unity of Allah, yes? Monotheism? Sifat is under Zat. Tawheed means the unity of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the belief in one Allah, has 7 types of it. Okay? The first one is called At-Tawheed fi Zat. What does it mean? The unity of essence. When we say that, Allah, we should believe that Allah has no partner. Nothing is associating to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Nothing is just like to Him. And Him, He is not like others. So this kind of uniqueness of Allah is called At-Tawheed fi Dhat. Quran says, have you got the, yes, copy of it, please. Recite salawat, please. Oh, fortunately. لَيْسَ كَمِثْلِهِ شَيْءٍ. Laysa kamithlihi shay means nothing is like him. This is called Tawheed fi Zat. Unfortunately, the ayat in Arabic could not print properly. I can read from here, and then you can give me your emails and I can email it to you. Okay, types of Tawheed. There are 7 types of Tawheed. Number 1, Tawheed fi Zat, the unity of essence. Number 2, Tawheed fil Khaliqiyah, the unity of creation. What does it mean? Inshallah, we'll discuss about it later on. Tawheed fil Rububiyyah, the unity of lordship. Tawheed fil Tashri', the unity of legislation. Tawheed fil Ta'ah, the unity of obedience. Tawheed fil Hakimiyyah, the unity of governance, judgment. The 7th one is Tawheed fil Ibadah, the unity of worship. Number 1, I can read from this as quick as possible to reach to the end, inshallah. Tawheed fi Zat, as I said, it means he is absolutely one and there is nothing like him. Laysa kamithlihi shay wa huwa as-sami'ul basir. The second one is Tawheed fil Khaliqiyah. The verse I brought for you from Holy Quran. قُلِ اللَّهُ خَالِقُ كُلِّ شَيْءٍ وَهُوَ الْوَاحِدُ الْقَهَّارُ. Say, Allah is the creator of all things and He is the one. The prevailing Surah Ar-Ra'd, verse number 16. Again, ذَلِكُمُ اللَّهُ رَبُّكُمْ لَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا هُوَ خَالِقُ كُلِّ شَيْءٍ فَاعْبُدُوهُ وَهُوَ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ وَكِيلٌ. Surah Al-An'am, verse number 1 or 2. There is Allah, your Lord, there is no God but Him, the creator of all things, then worship Him, and He has power to dispose of all affairs. Right. We have many verses about Tawheed fil Khaliqiyah. هَذَا خَلْقُ اللَّهِ فَأَرُونِي. And again, we have many ayat, but you can take this chapter 2 with you, inshallah, and then Tawheed fil, where are we? Sorry. Yes, Tawheed fil Tashri', the unity of legislation. It means the only Him has right to legislate for His creation. If you get computer, who provides you the book that how to use it? Who put the rules for it? The creator, of course, the maker. If you have Samsung, you can't get booklet from iPhone and apply on Samsung because there are 2 different makers. Allah has created whole world, so He has right to legislate. Is it clear? Yes. Hope nobody will sleep, inshallah. Okay. Right. The 5th one is Tawheed fit Ta'ah, the unity of obedience. It means that obedience is exclusively dedicated to Allah only, and by His order, others like the Holy Prophet and divine Imams have the status of obedience. When we say, Ati'u Allah wa Ati'u Rasul wa ulil amri minkum. So the obedience basically is dedicated to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If Allah ordered us to obey Holy Prophet, we obey Holy Prophet. But fundamentally, only Allah has right to be obeyed. Right? And I have brought to you some verses about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's order about obeying the Holy Prophet. Here, وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَا مِن رَسُولٍ إِلَّا لِيُطَاعَ بِإِذْنِ اللَّهِ. See? بِإِذْنِ اللَّهِ. Even obeying Holy Prophet is with the permission of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then Tawheed fil Hakimiyya, the unity of ownership, governance. It means that only Him has right to rule and judge. Allah lahul hukmu wa huwa asra'ul hasibin. Allah means, actually, if you come to know this beautiful word, Quranic word, Allah. Allah means, just to draw your attention, in Arabic say, Allah means attention. Come on, just listen to me. This is so important message. So, in order to draw your attention, the word use Allah. Okay? He says unquestionably. He is the judgment and He is the swiftest of accountants. Okay, inil hukmu illa lillah again. The seventh one is the last one. Tawheed fil ibadah. The unity of worship. It means He only is the worth of worship. We can't worship anything. Right? In these 7 types of Tawheed, we have no dispute with other Muslims. They all believe in 7 types of Tawheed as we believe. But, unfortunately, Wahhabis and Salafis, in just 260 years ago, they have introduced a new meaning of Tawheed fil Ibadah. Their ideology is something different. They say Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's worship, Tawheed fil Ibadah. You cannot pay respect to your parents, pay respect to your elders, pay respect to anyone, because respecting also kind of worship. You can't visit to the graves. Yes, we do, we go. But they say no, this is shirk. Right? Unfortunately, here is a big dispute amongst Muslims. They say even asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by mediating the Holy Prophet, taking him as wasila, is shirk. When we say Tawheed fil Ibadah, when we say Iyaka na'budu, come on, wa Iyaka nasta'in. How many times we say this? At least 17 times in our prayers. At least 10 times is wajib, yeah? Many people, they do in every rakat. So 70 times. Every unit of namaz, they recite Suratul Hamd. And that Suratul Hamd, in that Suratul Hamd, every prayer declares that Iyaka na'budu wa Iyaka nasta'in. So you can't seek any kind of help from Holy Prophet as well. You can't say, Ya Rasulullah. You can't call him. This is shirk. Why? Because of Tawheed fil ibadah. If you believe in one God for worship, you can't seek any kind of help from others. Right? You can't say, Assalamu alayka ya Rasulullah. Rasulullah is not here. It's just, na'uzubillah, departed or died. And Shias are more mushrik because not only they say Ya Rasulullah, they say Ya Ali Madad. Yes? They say Ya Hussein all the time. Sometimes they say Ya Ali more than Ya Allah. Yeah? So they are the big mushrik. Who knows the answer for them? Yes.
Allah says in the Quran, seek means to approach him. So seek a wasila.
Seek wasila. That's good ayah. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, O believers. Ittaqullah wabtaghu ilayhil wasila. Seek wasila towards him. They say wasila here means Quran. Come to me through Quran. Well, Quran is wasila. But what we say is that if the wordings can be wasila, why the personality of Allah can't be wasila? Why Quran is so respectful? Because it came from Allah. The book came from Allah, is wasila. So what about the Prophet came from Allah? A divine Imam appointed by Allah, declared by Holy Prophet. What do you say about them? Unfortunately, they know the answer, but they try their preachings to misguide peoples. Any other reason or any other good reply to them? From you. I want from ladies, if someone can reply to the Aqidah of Tawheed of Wahhabism against our Aqidah. Yes, please come. Okay, we have only few minutes left. Yes, please. Brother Musa, come here. Don't worry. Please come.
There's another verse
Yeah.
which basically says, I've forgotten the exact wording, but it says, Wastaghfirullah, Wastaghfir Rasul. So basically saying, if you wish to seek forgiveness, you need to go to the Prophet to seek forgiveness.
Yes.
And if it's saying that, okay, Allah is forgiving, then you're going through the Prophet as well to seek forgiveness. It's kind of like the same concept.
Okay. It's very good verse from Holy Quran. He's mentioned, but inshallah I will bring all the verses in for the reply to the Wahhabi school of thought. I will bring it next week. But tonight, I want to draw your attention for the logical answer. When we say Tawheed fil ibadah, we worship only Allah. There is no doubt about it. And nothing is worth of worship, of course. There is big difference between paying respect and doing worship. A big difference. But they mixed it. They mispronounced it. Paying respect is not worship. Worship is not paying respect. When Allah Himself orders you to pay respect to your parents, pay respect to your Holy Prophet, we have many verses. O companion, be aware of it, that if you raise your voice more than the Holy Prophet's voice, the whole amal will be invalid, null and void. Nothing will be accepted from you. Is it worshipping? No. This is paying respect to the Holy Prophet. This is regarding him. This is to honor him, not worshipping him. And seeking help, of course, we do seek help from only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The main source, the single source of help is only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We believe in that. But if we ask Holy Prophet or the divine Imam to help me by knowing that they are not independent helper. Are you with me now? By believing that they are not independent source of help. If someone believes that Imam Ali is independent in supporting or helping, he is mushrik. Of course he is mushrik. We don't believe in that. We believe that the Holy Prophet and Imam and other awliya, the beloved ones of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they are all getting support and help from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And because they are actually mediating between the sinful personalities like us and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that's why we go. If I ask you, where do you work? You say, in office. Who gives you salary? You say, my company. And I follow you, that your statement, whether it is right or wrong. Maybe you're telling lies. I follow you. At the time of getting salary, I saw you are taking check from an ordinary person, a manager of the company. Then you come forward and said, you are a big liar. You said the company is supporting you and giving you salary, but now I found you that you are seeking salary from the manager. What you do? You laugh and said, look, I know that company is providing my salary, but through this manager. Manager is appointed by the company to do the job of the company. So manager is not an independent personality to give me a salary. He is giving from the treasure of the company itself. So this is not shirk at all. Similarly, if I say I get support from Imam Ali, this is not shirk, because we know that Imam Ali is appointed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So no one sees Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala directly. No one can come directly to this word, and no one can go directly to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So for every single achievement, there is a wasila. Right? So this is an intellectual discussion about wasila. But we are bringing inshallah next week. And unfortunately, I wanted to start tonight the Tafseer of Suratul Ikhlas, but time is up. Now this time is dedicated to you to ask your questions and come forward to share your knowledge or share your question and ideas and views. Inshallah, we'll get benefit of it. Recite Salawat, please. So for next week, we have two promises. Number one, bringing the verses to answer, to reply to the Wahhabis' way of thinking, school of thought. Number two, the commentary of Suratul Ikhlas, inshallah. Provide you through an email if you provide me the email ID, inshallah. Okay? So even in advance, I can send it to you. You can read it and come with the good readiness and preparation. Then we can have more healthy discussions, inshallah. Yes? Right. Anyone has any question, please?
क्वेश्चन ये है कि शुरू में आपने मुतशहबात और मुहक्कमात के बारे में जिक्र किया है, तो कौन डिसाइड करेगा कि कौन सी आयत मुहक्कमात में आ रही है और कौन सी मुशहबात?
Very simple. Question is very important question. Said how we can recognize that which verse is mutashabiha or which one is muhkamat. The answer is very simple. The verse which makes you confused. The verse you can't get proper translation and you can't feel it that it is a very solid one. That is called mutashabih. You have to refer to the rasikhuna fil ilm. Go to the Tafseer, find out the true meaning of it. And once you feel that this ayah is very clear to me, that is solid. Like Suratul Ikhlas. When we say, Qul huwa Allahu ahad, say, Allah is just one. Everyone can understand. This is muhkamat. This is solid ayah. We don't need even the tafsir for it. Right? Yes. Any question from ladies? You can write it down for me if you feel shy to stand up and ask any question. You can write it down for me and I can read it through the piece of paper. I can, inshallah, reply for it. Any from? Yes, please.
What's the reply to? I think it's Sufis that believe that unity of Allah means that everything is Allah in the universe. So, like, what's the Shia view on that? And what's our reply to them?
Yeah, inshallah. We'll discuss this as well. It's a very beautiful question too. But we can't span the different subjects within Tawheed concept. Because concept of Tawheed is a huge ocean. You can't drink all the water of the ocean. Can we? We can't. Even, inshallah, we'll discuss about a bit of it. The Orafa and the Sufis, they are having a common belief in Tawheed as well. As we have beautiful narrations from our Imams, even Ziyaratul Jami'ah. Who knows about Ziyaratul Jami'ah? A big treasure in the hands of Shias. But they don't use it. Yes, unfortunately. Ziyaratul Jami'ah Kabira. Full of knowledge about Tawheed. And knowing Allah's mercy. Such amazing thing. If you read it a bit, you can understand, yes, what I am saying. Yes, of course, they say that Allah is everywhere. Every single goodness is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We believe in that. Wherever you find something praisable, something appreciable, something good, that is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When we say ayatillah, the signs of Allah, a very small ant is a big sign of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's existence. A small ant. Just imagine. It's a very huge subjects within the subject of Tawheed. Right? Anyone? Any question? I think you are full of knowledge. You don't need any question, right? To ask, yes? Recite salawat, please. Any question? Yeah. A bunch of questions coming from ladies. Hopefully, they have good questions for us. We have just, okay, we got just 4 minutes left. Okay. Can you get, please recite salawat again, salawat. Right. Are you going to do tafsir of the whole Quran? Yes. Insha'Allah musta'an. We're going to start from the beginning when we finish this, some very fundamental beliefs, and we should cover from the Holy Quran like Tawheed and then Adl, and then we do some verses on Nabuwa and then Imama, because we are Shias. Now everyone asks you, can you tell me Imama from Holy Quran? Do you believe in Imams? Where is the ayah from Holy Quran? We want to know the verse from Holy Quran about Imama, about Vilayah of Imam Ali, loving Imam Ali. Where is the love of Imam Ali mentioned in Holy Quran? Yeah, they ask us every single day. We face to our brothers, they ask us. So we have to have a set of the verses from Holy Quran to reply to them. Inshallah, we do this first and then we start from the beginning. Okay? Inshallah. Brother.
Yeah, so the verse I was talking about is verse number 64 of Surah Al-Nisa.
Yes, yes. I have all this. Inshallah, I will bring it next week as I promised. Inshallah. Is any other question left? No. How many Shia tafsirs are there? Do you know? One of the pride of Shia Islam is that right now, just today when we talk to you, there are more than 100 Mufassirin living within Shia world. More than 100 Mufassirin. While, according to the principle of Medina University, well, he was not praising Shias, but he was complaining about their weakness of the work on Quran. He used to say to the students, do you know that we have none single of Mufassir within us? Whatever we had in previous days, in the past. But now, Wahhabis, we talk about Quran, but we have no Mufassir, alive Mufassir within ourselves. Do you know Shias, they got more than 100 people? That's true. Can I tell you another very interesting fact? Sunni, they claim that they got 6 authentic books of narrations called Sihah as-Sitta. Sitta means 6. Sihah means the right one. They already believe that whatever is in these 6 books are the authentic one. Sahih, singular. Sihah, plural. Okay? The Sihah means the plural of Sahih. Okay? Sahih Bukhari, Sahih Muslim, Sahih Tirmizi, blah, 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 blah. And then together they say Sihah as-Sitta. Good question. Yeah, we have to learn a bit. We should forward. Okay? The interesting fact is, the writers, those who compiled these books, none of them is from Arab. Do you know that? They always talk about Bukhari. Do you know Bukhari? Sahih Bukhari, Sahih Muslim, Sahih Muslim, Sahih Bukhari, Sahih Tirmizi, blah, blah, blah. Nothing has been written by Arab. 6, all of them have been written by the Sunnis, Iranian Sunnis. Very interesting fact. The other interesting fact, we got 4 books. Do we? Yeah? We have 4 books, yeah? Who knows the names of these 4 books? Musa, please. Yes. Tahzib fil ihkam. Yes. Man la yahzaruhu al-faqih, at-tahzib, al-istibsar, and usulul kafi. Come on. 4 books. Do you think these books written in Arabic, any Arab scholar has written all these 4? Even the Shia authentic books have written by the Iranians. Only 1 book has been written from an Arab scholar. If you go to be Sunni, you have to come to Iran. If you want to be Shia again, you have to come to Iran. This is the fact, unfortunately. People, they don't even believe in that. When they come to know, they say, yeah, this is the fact. So, don't curse a nation always loving education. Before revolution, the biggest university for the Islamic studies of Shia Islam was Najaf. And who was running the Najaf? Iranians. Yeah? When Bush wanted to meet Ayatollah Sistani, do you know that? He wanted to meet Ayatollah Sistani to discuss about the Iraqi affairs. He sent a message to him that you are American, I am an Iranian, and this country is for Iraqis. So I have nothing to discuss with you. You are from America, I am from Iran, and we are talking and discussing about Iraq. This is not right thing. What I'm trying to say is that people, some of our Shia brothers, they don't appreciate the revolution. They don't appreciate. They don't think that we are known as Shia because of this revolution. True. Believe me. Before even revolution, there were the true loving personalities of education. And besides all this, can I disclose another beautiful, interesting fact about Usul Kafi? Yes? 95% of the narrations in Usul Kafi the narrators are Iranians. How many percent? 95%. 95%. So if you want to just know about your Shia Islam, the book is Usul Kafi. Who is the narrator of that narration? An Iranian guy. Why is it? Do you know the fact? Unfortunately, our imams were under pressure, and the rulers of that time, they even did not allow to see any kind of book written by our imams. We have no book directly written by our imams, unfortunately. That's why those who were living in Arab, they could not keep anything from imams. Although they had many books, but they have been destroyed, burned by the enemies. The Iranian Shia at that time, they used to go visit to Medina or any other place in which Imam used to live. They used to go to visit Imam, ask some questions, get answers. They used to write it and bring it back to Iran. And Iran was a safe place for them. And they could not destroy the books written in Iran. That's why the narrators all are, many of them are Iranians. Many of the narrators were traveling to Arab for the trade, for the business. And they used to go and ask and then bring the answer to their native place. Anyways, time is up. Sorry, I reached, I think, yes, 7 minutes, more than what we have promised to finish. The last question, do Shia tafsirs differ? Of course. Right. I'm going to finish this with that dua that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq to continue this job, because it's ibadah, and understanding Quran, thinking about Quran, even a single second of it is ibadah, considered as ibadah. So we have, alhamdulillah, good opportunity to do this ibadah, and inshallah we'll continue. So by next week, inshallah, we'll have two important points. Number one, the verses to reply to Wahhabi school of thought. The second one is Tafseer of Holy Surah of, come on, Ikhlas, inshallah. Recite salawat.